Hello? Hi Ines, how are you? Can you hear me? Can you hear me well, Ines? Hello, Lucia. How are you? How are you? Okay, very good, very good. So please try to have before you your notes, your natural science notes. Go to the page number 9, okay, about the muscular system. And hello, Benja. Hello, Miguel. Very good, very good. So you can hear me, but you can't see me because I have some problems with in this application with my camera. Okay, so go please to the exercise. No, so to the text part, and you remember that the other day we saw the basics of the muscular system, and as you know, we have more than 600 muscles, and muscles are the organs that allow us to move. Okay, okay. Every single movement we can do in our body, is due to muscles. So they are very important organs. You have there text about the actions they can help us to do. So, for example, the heartbeat when our chest rises or falls, and breathe in, and our blood vessels. All these movements are due to the muscles. And now we have here different kind of muscles. We have up to 3 different kind of muscles. One of them are called skeletal muscles. Skeletal muscles are muscles that can move because we want it, to, and that's why they are called voluntary muscles. So one can control their movement. So imagine you want to take anything with your hand, to grasp anything with your hand. You order your hand to take it, this object, and this is an example of voluntary muscles. So these muscles are called skeletal muscles. In Spanish, we call it músculo esquelético. Okay, but the real meaning is that we're talking about voluntary actions. Very good. So they give the body shape and help it with everyday movements. They can contract quickly and powerfully. These are some of the different kinds of muscles. Then we have another different type of muscles, and they are called smooth muscles. Smooth muscles. In Spanish, we call them músculos lisos. In Spanish, we call them músculos lisos. Okay, but in English, they call them smooth or involuntary muscles. And this definition is important because when we talk about smooth muscles, we talk about some movements that we can't control with our conscience. Okay, so imagine we are breathing. We can control our breath. Okay, or imagine our heart when it's beating. When our heart is beating, we can't control its beating. So they are made of involuntary muscles, smooth muscles, another different type of muscles. And another example is the cardiac muscles. Cardiac muscles are a special type of muscles because they are muscles that are skeletal, but we can't move them with our control. So the example is the heart. Corazón is an example of cardiac muscle. This is the only example. The only example. So we can control the movement of our heart, and the structure of these muscles is the same as the muscle we can find in our arms, in our legs. Okay, so very good. And you have there the text. Cardiac muscles are found in the heart, so they have the structure of voluntary muscles, but one cannot control the movement of the heart as it beats. Very good. So this is important, and now I like you to go to the exercise part. Go to the exercise part and try to do this exercise. We're going to correct this exercise. Exercise number 17. Exercise number 17. Okay, and you have there a box with some words and then a text, and you have to allocate each word with a gap. Okay, and in this case I need your contribution. So I like you. I can follow you with your chat, and I need your contribution here. So attention, we are starting now. Bones and muscles. And first sentence reads this way: our skeletons are very useful. They have 3 functions, and one of them is support, another one is and we have two different answers. One of them is protection. Yes, our muscles, sorry, our bones can protect. They actually protect our body. Okay, so 3 functions. One is support, the other is protection, and I need here this a mistake. Okay, this gap is not correct here. So in this case, you can't find any other word because our bones can't move. So can't move. So very good, very good. So we can follow. Now next, the protects our brain, which is the bone, the name of the bone that is able to protect our brain. Can anybody tell me? Can anybody write for me the bone, the name of the bone? It's not actually a bone, but okay, a set of bones. Okay, yes, it's the skull. The skull protects our brain. Okay, and then we have another different word for the bones that protect our heart and lungs. Anybody? Does anybody know? Does anybody know the name of the bones that protect our heart and lungs? Ribs, costillas. Very good, very good. Okay, the rib cage. Okay, rib. Very good, very good. Now we can continue. Without our bodies would collapse. So this is, so here in this part, in this gap, we need, with it our bodies would collapse. Without our bones, our bodies would collapse. Se caerían. Sin nuestros huesos, nuestros cuerpos caerían. Good, good, good. Our bones are connected by does anybody know, does anybody remember the name for the structure that is able to connect 2 bones, normally 2 bones? Yes, joints. You remember that is an English word that have many meanings. So the one that is that is proper today in this theme is that joints. Okay, can you remember the Spanish for joint? Talking about bones. Can anybody remember the Spanish for joint? What is the Spanish for joint? Does anybody remember? Articulación. Very good, Lucia. Articulación. And remember, we have many joints, and we can divide them in joints according to their movement. There are joints with a lot of movement, joints with a moderate movement, and joints without movement. Very good. Now, let's continue. Our knees are joints. Muscles are attached to another mistake. Sorry, this is another mistake. Here we need another sentence. So sorry, another word. So muscles are attached to the bubble of our skeleton, to the whole of our skeleton by tendons. Okay, by tendons. Oh, so okay, we continue. So muscles allow our bones to by contracting and I need a word here. Muscles allow our bones to do what? To do what? To move. Very good. To move by contracting, and I need another word there. Okay, opposite. The opposite to contract is opposite. Okay, expand. So they can work because they are contracting and expanding. Very good. And finally, the two last words, muscles usually work in. So we need here work in anybody? They work as a team, but normally there are two different muscles that are opposite actions, and this is the meaning of this sentence. So muscles usually work in what? In pairs. Okay, in pairs. Very good. And finally, cartilage protects the bones and allows them to move. The last word is to move. Anybody? To move easily. To move easily. This is the correct word. Very good. Now, attention, because I'd like you to watch kind of video about muscles. So please pay attention, because I'm sending you this video here, a very interesting video about the movement of muscles. So
each time you take a step,
can you see it?
200 muscles work in unison to lift your foot, propel it.
Oh, sorry. Okay, so I don't know if this is the correct. My God, it's another. Okay, so let's continue without this part. Okay, so I'm trying to look. Okay, so now we are here. We can move to the next exercise. You have to fill here in these gaps the scheme about the type of muscles. So you remember we have voluntary or involuntary muscles, and we have some examples. And here this is a kind of table, and we have here the three different type of muscles. So the first one is we're going to name it as a voluntary muscle. So we're talking about voluntary muscle. In this box, you have to put the word skeletal. So please, in this part, try to put the word skeletal. Okay, okay. Can you see me now? My God. Can you see me now? Sorry. Now? Okay. So. Okay. Now. Sorry. My technical problems now. Okay. Now? Is better now? Is better? Now? Now? Okay. So, go please to the exercise number 18. Now, very good. So, let's concentrate. So, go to the page number, to the exercise number 18, and you have here a table, and in this table, you have three different kind of muscles. The first one, this one. The middle, you have the second one, and then on your right hand, you have the third one. So this is the box. You have to put three different words. One of them, in this case, can you see my arrow? Can you? Okay. So in this case, you have to write down the word skeletal. Okay, skeletal. So you put here skeletal. Okay. Yes. Here, can you? In the first column, you have to put the word skeletal muscles. And if you remember, skeletal muscles are voluntary muscles. So here you have to write voluntary muscles. Okay? Okay? Can you follow me? Can you? Voluntary muscles. Okay, so skeletal here in this part, and then you have voluntary muscles. And some examples, very good. Some examples in this part are, for example, you have to name some muscles. So, for example, biceps. A bicep is the muscle you have in your arm, okay? In your arm. Or triceps. Very good, Rodri. Biceps, triceps. Very good. These are some examples. Let's continue. Then, in the middle, you can write the word smooth, because we're talking about smooth muscles. So muscles that we can't control their movement. So they are not voluntary but involuntary. So in this part, so just below, underneath smooth muscles, you have to write involuntary muscles. Good. Involuntary muscles. Very good. So they are involuntary muscles. And finally, as some examples of involuntary muscles, you have your arteries, your veins. Veins and arteries, blood vessels, are made of muscles or smooth muscles. Okay, we can move them with our conscience. Okay, we can't move them at will. So they are involuntary muscles. Another examples are our intestines. Another example. Okay, and finally, here, this part, in this part, stomach. Very good, Rodri. Okay, very good. And here you have the other kind of muscles, and the other kind of muscles are called cardiac muscles. Okay, and they are also involuntary muscles. But the structure is the same as the skeletal muscles. Okay, so they are really powerful. And the only example the only example for cardiac muscles is just the only organ we have in our body that works with cardiac muscles. That is, and this is really important, is, yes, Rodri? Anyone else? Anyone else? Only Rodri? Yes, our heart. So we can't move our heart at will, okay? But the structure of the muscles of our hearts is the same as the structure of the muscle we have in our arms or legs, okay? They are skeletal muscles, but they move not at will, they move involuntarily. Very good, very good. And now please, I'd like you to go back to the text part, and this is the part that says how muscles work, and you can read there. So the movements our muscles make are coordinated by the brain and the nervous system. So the nervous system, you know that we study the nervous system in the interaction function, but the nervous system controls not only the interaction function, but also the nutrition and reproduction. But as we had to study somewhere, we study the nervous system here. Now we're talking about the coordination of our muscles, and this coordination is controlled by the brain and the nervous system, not just by the brain, okay? The brain is just a part of our nervous system. And the involuntary muscles are controlled by the brain stem. The brain stem is the English for our Spanish cerebelo, okay? Cerebelo. So one part of the movement is controlled by the brain and another part is controlled by the brain stem. And you have here a figure, a picture with two arms. In this case, this muscle here, I don't know if you can follow my arrow more or less. This muscle here is a bicep, okay? When you contract your bicep, this is the movement. But you want to pull up your arm, you need not just your bicep to contract, but also your triceps to relax. That's why we say that muscles work in pairs. When one of them is contracting, the other one is relaxing, okay? So imagine you have your arm in this posture and you can relax your arm. In this case, your biceps has to relax and your triceps is going to contract. So they are working in pairs, they are working as a team, okay? So, and they are opposite, they make opposite actions. When one of them relax, the other contract. And this is the way we move. So all our body is made of this kind of teams of muscles. Okay, so this is the text. So when one decides to move, the brain sends an electrical signal through the nerves to the muscles, causing them to contract because they are skeletal muscles. Say they can move at will. We can move them with our will. Okay? With our will. Con nuestra voluntad. Okay? Good. And then muscles move body parts by contracting and then relaxing. And muscles can pull bones, but they can't push them back to the original position. So they work in pairs. Okay, I think you can understand very well this part. And to fix this thing, you have here 5 questions. So, and the first one is the question that reads, why is that they say that muscles work in pairs? Why? Why? So only keywords can you make use of the chat, and only keywords. Can anybody tell me why is it that they say that muscles work in pairs? Can anybody tell me some keyword about this theme? Why? Why do we say that muscles work in pairs? Okay. So first thing, because we need more than one muscle to make a movement. We need more than one muscle. And then normally there are two of them working together as a team. Okay, and then as Ines says, because one has to contract and the other at the same time has to relax. Very good, very good, very good. So, question, you can write your answers there, because remember you have to fill all these gaps, okay, before your exam. So this is very important. It's very important that you work well this part. Very good. So number two. So put an example of a pair of muscles that work as a team. So we have seen an example there in our arm. You remember the name of these two muscles that work as a team to pull up or back your arm or your forearm? No, legs. No, Sarah. Legs are not muscles. They are organs that belong to the respiratory system. You are wrong. You are wrong. Yes, Ines. Biceps and triceps. This is an example. Are many of them. Many of them. So, and this is important. So, what is a tendon? And be attentive. A tendon is the name for the structure that joins the muscle to the bone. Between a muscle and a bone, we have a tendon. A tendon. Okay? The same as in Spanish. So, muscles attached to bones by tendons. Okay? Muscles attached to bones by tendons. Okay? Okay? This is important because you don't have this in your notes, okay? But I'm telling you. It's the same with number 4. So pay attention. What is a ligament? A ligament. Attention. A ligament is a structure that protects joints. It's a structure that protects joints. Un ligamento es una estructura que protege las articulaciones, ¿vale? Une huesos, pero protege las articulaciones. Y un tendón es la estructura que une el músculo al hueso. The ligament is a structure that protects joints. So, before your knee, you have some ligaments. If you think of our elbow, you have ligaments there that are protecting the elbow joint. Okay? And finally, what is so special about the muscles of the heart? Yes, Ines, you have a question. I'm waiting for you. And in the meanwhile, I'd like you to try to answer this question. Number 5. What is so special about the muscles of the heart? What is so special? Anybody? You remember that heart is composed of muscles. No, kidneys are not muscles. No, Ines. No, kidneys are organs. Okay, bones are not muscles. They are organs. The brain is not a muscle. It's a different organ. Muscles are organs. Bones are organs. and kidneys are not muscles, so they can contract or relax. A muscle is a structure that can contract and relax to make movement, to make us to move. Okay, so that's the difference between kidneys, brain, okay, and muscles. Okay, so okay, yes, Ines is right. So the structure of the muscles of the heart is the same as the muscles of your arm, forearm, of your leg. Okay, so they are skeletal muscles. Okay, but the difference is that as your skeletal muscles can move at your will, okay, consciously, voluntarily, you can move at your will your your heart. So this is the special thing about the heart. Okay, very good, very good. So this is the end of this class. So try to take care of your family, take care of yourselves. Okay, take care with the pandemic, because we are really worried about the pandemic. And remember, focus on many things, but one of them is the study. And I'm sending you this very day, maybe after lunch, uh, some homework for next day. Okay, for next day we are going to correct it on Monday. Remember, Monday we have an appointment at 11 o'clock to do maths and then to do social science. So very good. I don't know exactly, Miguel. I don't know exactly the date of our coming back. I don't know exactly. I know that we have to spend 10 days in confinement, but I don't know exactly which is the date. Okay, but you have to take into account that normally 3, 4, or maybe the whole next week we are doing it homeschooling. Okay, so say hello to your parents and have a good day today. So bye bye.